Hello friends, welcome back to Jiku Diaries. We review the second day's play of the ongoing Border-Gavaskar Trophy 2024-25. Pink ball test match, Adelaide Oval and Australia for the second consecutive day have dominated India. If it was with the ball yesterday, restricting India to only 180, it was their batsmen led by local boy Travis Head, who scored a magnificent, punishing 140 runs in only 141 balls to give Australia a lead of 157 in the first innings. Australia were all out for 337, but it was only after Travis Head put them in a comfortable position, punishing the Indian bowlers, in particular Harshit Rana, Mohammad Siraj, who finally dismissed Head, and off-spinner Ravichandran Ashwin. Travis Head showed his intent. He is always known to bat aggressively and how much he loves playing against the Indian bowlers. A century in the World Test Championship final 2 years ago, a century in the ODI World Cup final last year, and a century today in the day-night test match of the Border-Gavaskar Trophy. Travis Head showed his intent very clearly in Ashwin's first over when he slammed him for a 6-over long off. He did not budge. Travis Head took on the Indian bowlers, and even as when he was finally dismissed by Mohammad Siraj, yorked by the Indian medium pacer, Australia were in a very comfortable position. If it was Travis Head for most part of the day, it was Marnus Labuschagne who has got back his confidence and has got amongst runs, scoring 64 runs. It was Marnus Labuschagne who kept the top order of the Australian innings together, and he was sound in his innings. That would have given him a lot of confidence, because in the 10 test innings prior to this test match, except for a score of 90 against New Zealand, he has not scored more than 10 runs. It was 10 runs or below 10 were his scores in 9 of his last 10 innings coming into this Adelaide test match. So Indian bowlers failed to capitalize on his low in confidence and allowed him to score, giving him back the confidence. If you look at India's bowling today, it was again, they were heavily dependent on Jasprit Bumrah, and true to his status, true to his form, it was Bumrah who gave India the initial breakthrough, dismissing Nathan McSweeney, making him edge behind. And he also removed Steve Smith, who is also struggling for runs, caught down the leg side by Rishabh Pant. So the first 2 wickets that fell on the second day went to Jasprit Bumrah, and it was Travis Head all the way until he was removed by Mohammad Siraj. Bumrah came, took his 4th wicket, while Siraj later on finished with 4 wickets, while Ashwin and Nitish Reddy was responsible for removing Labuschagne, who cut him and was caught at a gully by Yashasvi Jaiswal. The lone wicket that Ravichandran Ashwin took was that of Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh was given out, caught behind, and he was ready to walk even before the decision was made by umpire Richard Illingworth, whereas replays showed there was daylight between the bat and the ball. So why did Mitchell Marsh walk? Why did he not go for DRS. That sounds strange, and considering that Mitchell Marsh is not amongst runs in recent times, that is still very perplexing. Mitchell Marsh was out for 9, but even before he got off the mark earlier, he was not given out. Even after India took DRS, it was an LBW appeal, and first on-field umpire Richard Illingworth gave him not out. India referred, took the DRS, and the third umpire Richard Kittleborough, without seeing enough angles, enough replays, he said that there was not conclusive evidence of the ball hitting the pad first or the ball hitting the bat first. It was bat and pad close together, and it was very clear that the ball hit the pad first, and it was still not given out. So it was like what we saw in the first test in Perth with KL Rahul, who was given out, caught behind, without the third umpire Richard Illingworth in that case not taking many angles. He gave a hasty decision, giving KL Rahul out, caught behind. So here, why was the third umpire Richard Kittleborough, why did he not see enough angles to adjudicate Mitchell Marsh? However, even if it was pad first as it was, and even if the third umpire Kittleborough thought that it was pad first, it would have stayed as umpire's call on impact, as Illingworth, the on-field umpire, had given not out. Anyway, but the use of technology, it's still becoming a very debatable issue. Yesterday, we saw the sneakometer not function, and today it was this instance of Mitchell Marsh not given out. And more than that, it was the third umpire who said there was not enough conclusive evidence of the ball hitting the pad first or the bat first. Anyway, finally, it was Ashwin who removed Mitchell Marsh, where Mitchell Marsh did not go for the DRS, because as we saw later in the replays, there was broad daylight between the bat and the ball. Anyway, India are in deep trouble, and they are on the verge of losing this. It all depends on how Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy, the 6th wicket pair, who have added 23 runs for the unbroken 6th wicket, as India finished at 128 for 5, still needing 29 runs to avoid an innings defeat. Rishabh Pant played the manner in which only he plays, playing that unorthodox shot behind on the onside. He also played one unorthodox reverse shot behind on the offside. So that only Rishabh Pant plays, falling in the process of completing his stroke. But then, what is more important is he is getting India the runs. Rishabh Pant, 28 not out at stumps, and giving him company is Nitish Reddy, 15 not out. What we saw earlier in the India's second innings, KL Rahul out for only 2 runs. Yashasvi Jaiswal out after getting a start, scoring 24 runs, and he was out to Scott Boland's first ball of the innings. There is something about Scott Boland and his first ball of a test innings. We saw in the first innings, Scott Boland overstepped the crease when, if he had not done, he would have taken a wicket off the first ball. Today, he was well within the crease, and he got Yashasvi Jaiswal edge behind. 2 of India's most experienced and prolific run getters, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma were failures again today. Virat Kohli was out for 11 runs, whereas Rohit Sharma, something that I noticed about Rohit Sharma the moment he walked into the crease, there was nothing positive about his body language. He was not very convincing. He was to face Mitchell Starc and co, a shiny pink new ball under lights, and my fears came true when he was out for only 6 runs. Rohit Sharma yesterday fell for 3 in the first innings and today for 6 for a combined total of 9 runs. Virat Kohli yesterday fell for 7 and today for 11 runs for a combined total of 18 runs in this test. Both Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli and their combined total of 27 runs in this test certainly does not augur well, especially as India needed them to score runs, and more so with Adelaide Oval being Virat Kohli's happy hunting ground. Let's hope that Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy delay the Australian victory, and miracles do happen in cricket, and hopefully something happens that Pant and Nitish Reddy do what Rahul Dravid and VVS Lakshman did at Eden Gardens in 2001 against the same opposition. Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy need to bat all day long, but that is something like asking for the moon. But why can't it happen if they apply themselves, see off the bowlers, play to the merit of the ball? But then this Australian side with Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins and Scott Boland, they are breathing fire, and they will look to finish off the Indian innings as early as possible and look for a victory at the earliest and go to the third test with scores level. Until tomorrow with the day 3 analysis, take care, stay safe, bye-bye.